The financial world is changing. Traditional banks, with their outdated systems, are being challenged by a new breed of institution. One such pioneer is MicroStrategy, a business intelligence firm that has boldly embraced Bitcoin. Under the leadership of CEO Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy has transformed itself into a Bitcoin bank of growth. This means it leverages Bitcoin's unique properties to drive its own growth and financial stability. This is not about speculation. MicroStrategy is not simply dabbling in Bitcoin. It is making a calculated bet on the future of money. By converting its treasury reserves into Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is positioning itself at the forefront of a financial revolution. This is a revolution that empowers individuals and challenges the status quo. This is the revolution of Bitcoin. To understand MicroStrategy's bold move, one must understand its adoption of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. If you look to the logarithmic data and structure the numbers, combined with historical trends in Bitcoin cycles and MicroStrategy's strategic accumulation, we can start to see a Goldilocks pattern. Following Bitcoin's halving events, the next potential bull cycle, paired with the company's inclusion in the Nasdaq 100, generates confidence in its ability to leverage future capital. MicroStrategy has developed a new platform to offer the market, utilizing Bitcoin not just as a digital property, but as a technological breakthrough with the potential to reshape the global financial system. The company founder Michael Saylor recognized the inherent flaws in the traditional financial system. He saw how inflation erodes the value of fiat currencies and how centralized control stifles innovation. Bitcoin, with its decentralized nature, fixed supply, and cryptographic security, offered a way out of the broken system. With Bitcoin, he found a solution. There is no second best. Saylor's conviction in Bitcoin is not just theoretical, it is deeply personal. He believes that Bitcoin is the key to a more equitable and prosperous future. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserve functions as a stock buyback program, except instead of reducing shares, it accumulates Bitcoin, which is inherently scarce. This drives permanent capital and creates a powerful savings mechanism that benefits both Bitcoin holders and MSTR shareholders. It's a modern, decentralized way to compound wealth while reducing reliance on fiat-based systems. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserve and decreased float. Since year 2020, MicroStrategy, ticker MSTR, has aggressively accumulated Bitcoin, using its cash reserves, debt, and even equity offerings to buy BTC. This approach mirrors the effects of a decreasing stock float, where a company reduces the number of publicly available shares, similar to the impact of stock buybacks. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserve is simple: acquire and hold Bitcoin forever. Key effects of developing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. 1. Leveraged bet on Bitcoin. Since MicroStrategy's stock is increasingly tied to Bitcoin's performance, its rising BTC reserves create an equity that acts like a Bitcoin ETF with added leverage. Furthermore, a decentralized savings mechanism. Shareholders benefit from Bitcoin's long-term value appreciation without direct custody risks, tax burdens of individual BTC purchases, or dealing with exchanges. Bitcoin and MicroStrategy's Bitcoin reserves are closely linked, especially in the way MicroStrategy treats Bitcoin as both a corporate treasury asset and a way to enhance shareholder value, similar to a stock buyback. This is financial engineering that works. This strategic move is developing the perfect savings account for Bitcoin holders and MicroStrategy shareholders. This approach has set a new standard for corporate treasury management. Stock buybacks and MicroStrategy's Bitcoin accumulation. Traditionally, companies buy back their own stock to return value to shareholders. Instead of traditional buybacks, MicroStrategy uses its capital to buy Bitcoin, effectively increasing the company's intrinsic value, which benefits shareholders. Instead of holding depreciating fiat currencies, MicroStrategy has chosen to embrace the Bitcoin standard. How this compares to a stock buyback. This decision has far-reaching implications, not just for MicroStrategy, but for the future of corporate finance. Every Bitcoin purchase by the company is permanent capital, complete tangible assets added to its reserves. These reserves are removing Bitcoin from circulation, enabling further scarcity within the digital asset. This scarcity becomes deflationary over time, slowly constraining the supply, which in turn increases the value, generating further demand and urgency to front-run other buyers. MicroStrategy's conversion of fiat currency to Bitcoin is a process of financial alchemy. By exchanging dollars for Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is transforming a depreciating asset into a potentially appreciating one. Long-term store of value. Bitcoin's scarcity, 21 MCAP, makes it more attractive than cash, which depreciates over time due to inflation. This is because Bitcoin, unlike fiat currencies, is not subject to inflationary pressures. Bitcoin is the perfect savings account. Its supply is fixed, meaning that its value is not diluted over time. For both BTC holders and MSTR shareholders, MicroStrategy's strategy enables a low-float, high-value approach to savings. BTC holders benefit from increased scarcity and institutional adoption. Furthermore, Bitcoin's decentralized nature makes it resistant to government manipulation and monetary policy changes. This makes it an attractive hedge against not just inflation, and more importantly, economic uncertainty, clearly showing Bitcoin as the perfect international play for investors. This transformation from fiat to Bitcoin is not just about increasing value. It is about aligning with a new financial paradigm. It is about opting out of a system that is designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many. Section 5. A self-reinforcing fortress. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings act as a self-reinforcing fortress for the company. As the value of Bitcoin increases, so too does the value of MicroStrategy's treasury. This, in turn, strengthens the company's balance sheet and enhances its financial stability. This creates a virtuous cycle of growth. A strong balance sheet allows MicroStrategy to access capital at favorable rates, invest in its core business, and further expand its Bitcoin holdings. This reinforces its position as a leader in the Bitcoin space and attracts more investors to its stock. This strategy is not without its risks. Bitcoin's price volatility can cut both ways. However, MicroStrategy's long-term approach and commitment to Bitcoin suggests that it is well positioned to weather any storms. Section 6. Bitcoin, the superior reserve. MicroStrategy's decision to hold Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset is a recognition of its superiority over traditional reserve assets like cash. Cash, particularly in a low-interest rate environment, is a depreciating asset. Inflation erodes its purchasing power over time. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has the potential to appreciate in value. Its limited supply and growing demand make it a scarce digital asset. Furthermore, Bitcoin is globally accessible, highly divisible, and easily transferable. These properties make it an ideal reserve asset for a 21st century corporation. This is not just about maximizing returns. It is about preserving wealth. It is about ensuring the long-term sustainability of the company and creating value for its shareholders. Section 7. Empowering Bitcoin believers. MicroStrategy's actions have profound implications for Bitcoin believers. By embracing Bitcoin, MicroStrategy provides a familiar corporate structure for individuals and institutions to gain exposure to Bitcoin. Investors can buy shares of MicroStrategy stock, knowing that their investment is backed by a substantial Bitcoin reserve. This is particularly important for investors who may not be comfortable directly owning or managing Bitcoin. MicroStrategy acts as a bridge, connecting the traditional financial world with the revolutionary world of Bitcoin. This is more than just an investment strategy. It is about empowering people with the tools to take control of their financial future. Section 8. A beacon for institutional investors. MicroStrategy is not just influencing individual investors. It is also sending a powerful signal to institutional investors. Its bold embrace of Bitcoin challenges the conservative approach of traditional institutions. By demonstrating the viability of Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset, MicroStrategy is paving the way for other institutions to follow suit. This could lead to a wave of institutional adoption, further legitimizing Bitcoin and driving its price higher. This is not about following the crowd. It is about being a leader. It is about setting a new standard for corporate responsibility and innovation. Section 9. The future of corporate finance. MicroStrategy's journey is far from over. The company envisions a future where Bitcoin becomes the standard for corporate treasuries worldwide, a future where companies are no longer beholden to inflationary fiat currencies, but instead embrace the sound principles of Bitcoin. This is a future where financial power is decentralized and accessible to all, a future where innovation is no longer stifled by outdated systems, a future that MicroStrategy is helping to build, one Bitcoin at a time. This is not a utopian dream. It is a tangible vision, backed by concrete actions. It is a vision that is gaining momentum, and MicroStrategy is leading the charge.